So I just closed out a video, and now as I get prepared for day 2 of the Every Bit Counts challenge, I'm over here at the freezer. Our meat chickens go in this week to be butchered, which means our chicken freezer. I said in the previous video that I would walk you guys through my food storage. So that's what we're going to do with this freezer today, is one chunk of the food storage, our meal planning for the year, and meat chicken. So make sure you stick around for today's episode of Every Bit Counts Challenge. Welcome to Modern Homestead Alaska. We are Aaron and Jessica Milnes. We are building a modern homestead outside of Wasilla, Alaska, with the help of 3 of our children. Our second son, Caleb, our daughter, Cody Ann, and the youngest of our family, Wyatt, along with our 3 dogs, Tipper and Daisy, and the newest addition, Roberto. This first freezer that I'm going to share is specifically our chicken feet freezer. It was bought just to house our chickens. I have taken 10 chickens out, and we are going to roast them and can them. And I think it's going to be a better use for the chicken in the future, because we will use canned chicken. The mistake we made is we had every single chicken frozen whole, which is fine. Whereas this year I'm gonna have half of the chickens broken up, because what happens is Aaron or one of the kids or someone decides, hey, we just want chicken thighs. They'll go and buy just chicken thighs, as opposed to thawing out several chickens in order to just get thighs or breast or whatever it is. So this year we're totally doing it different. Half of our chickens are going to be whole and half of them are going to be broken down. I am then going to separate the parts before freezing and have them in manageable quantities. That I will share with you later when the chickens actually go in to be processed. Here is kind of what happens. They go and buy packages of breast. We end up using those, so on and so forth. So I have a handful of chickens left that I still want to use through and just eat regular. And then we have 10 that we're going to be working on in this video. Oh my goodness. Happy day 2. I'm getting a little bit of a late start. Who am I kidding? I have nothing else planned today. So I had to go to the post office though, because one of you subscribers, Kathy, told me there was a package for me, and I have to show you. Okay, so she wrote me a personal note, very much appreciated. But look, she sent me this blanket. Isn't that, like, it's the perfect size. You could not guess how many times I always throw a blanket in the truck and we go fishing and so on, because Aaron is always hot and I am always cold. I take a blanket everywhere, no matter the time of year, and I literally pulled that out and went, oh, it is the perfect truck size blanket. And what she wanted was for me to have some rest time, some blessing time. She sent me a magazine. She sent me blessings from above, real God, real lives, real reflections. This is just absolutely beautiful. Then she sent me this natural soy wax blend essential oil. Kathy, how did you know that lavender is one of my all-time favorite scents ever? It's like heaven in there. She wants me to take a relaxing bath and breathe time. She sent me these beautiful soaps. I'm super into soaps. Flat Tire Farm also gave me soaps when I met with her for lunch. And I love good soaps. Be still and know. You know, the end of that is be still and know that I am God. And I think that is just always one of the most beautiful of all of the verses. Just that reminder of who God is. And then it has, you can top it, or it's a saucer. It's so beautiful. Oh, I just love it so much. And then she also sent me, this is some of that same soap company. Put a handful of this milk bath in hot water to dissolve. Fill your tub and enjoy. And it literally smells like beeswax, which has such that mild, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, Kathy. I needed a little pick me up, and your kindness is not unnoticed. So I just wanted to pause in the video here for a second and just thank you so much for sending these beautiful, amazing gifts to me. I just, man, I don't know how to thank you, but thank you so very much nonetheless. Okay, so what are we doing for real with our day? 10 chickens. That's what we're doing. I like to rinse them, even though these are farm fresh. We raised them, they were butchered, and then they went straight into the bags. We do clean them. I like to rinse them before I wash them. So I'm gonna open some chickens here. I already did a little cleaner on my sink. Just want to make sure that everything is really sterile. And then afterwards, we are going to then clean it again, because now we've filled the sink with raw chicken. So, what are my thoughts today? I'm gonna roast the chicken. I know they say they can kind of dry it out a little bit. You can process chicken all the same way for the same time, whether it's bone in or bone out, whether it's just raw, you cut it off the bone, or whether you roast it a little bit, and so on. One of the main things we use around here at our home is chicken broth or chicken stock, either one. And so I want the chicken off the bone in order to make stock. So anywhere there's like these little feathers, I'm gonna just kind of pull all that off. Okay, let me get these chickens clean. Okay, chickens are washed. Step 2, I want to finish this in a timely manner, and I want to can all of it at once. I don't know if I've already mentioned that or where my brain's at, but I want to be able to use the bones. I already said that. So what we're going to do is just get the chickens in. I have this roaster pan on 350. I'm gonna put as many as I can in here. And then I also have some pans. A little small guy will fit. So we got 4 of them fit in there. Okay, and then I have some more pans that will go in the oven. I'll pop that onto 350. Get in there. All the kids in the pool. We squish there. Yep. Okay. I think I'm gonna put this pan will fit next to that one. So. Okay. Perfect. All right. When you weren't looking, I flipped the chickens over. I'm now going to shut everything off. I just kind of like to balance the moisture on the roasted chicken. And then I'm gonna pull these out of the oven because they have to come down enough to temperature that I can physically handle them. I love it. Spilling over. Woo! Try to keep it from dripping down on my stove. Already got it dripping in the oven. A little over the edge there. It's okay. Okay, everything is cooled down where I can handle it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna be saving all of the skin, all of the bones, anything that I don't can to make the broth. And I have the roaster sitting behind you. You can't see it right now, but I am going to just kind of pick through here, pull this chicken off the bone, and then probably grab a knife or anything. I don't. Come on on there. Try not to touch things. All right, perfect. Okay, and then any juice as well left over is going to go in the broth as well. So let's get to peeling 10 chickens. All right, we are ready to move on. I have a massive bowl of pulled chicken. I have all of the parts in the roaster. I have 14 jars, which is what my All-American canner, my pressure canner will hold. We'll start with these. If I need to break out like the countertop electric pressure canner, we can certainly do that. I am canning, just double checking, pints. You can certainly do quarts. I think a pint is honestly enough because I could open 2 of these if I needed that amount of chicken. However, one of them oftentimes is going to be plenty for our family. So instead of just canning them in really large quantities and then trying to figure out what to do with it, I would rather do a little bit smaller quantity and then know what I'm going to do or be able to open 2. So I am going to just pack the chicken, and you want to get a mix of, I need to grab a plate. Sorry. I find some scraps I don't want on there. You want a mix of white and dark meat, and you want, see how fat my chickens are? You want an inch of head space. So I just want to make sure that it's right underneath that rim. There we go. Good. Next step, half of a teaspoon per jar, if you were using the bigger jars, then full teaspoon of salt, and that is it. White vinegar. So once I get them, I'm going to use this rag and this white vinegar, and I'm going to clean the rims with that. Okay, we have some water boiling here. That's going to go in the bottom of the pressure canner and into the jars. We want to put this in the bottom of the pressure canner first because we don't want the glass coming in contact with the direct heat. Then we want to do 2 to 3 inches of boiling water in the bottom. Now in each jar, we are going to add boiling water. You can do broth. Ooh. And we want to use a chopstick to make sure that the water then clean the rim really well with the vinegar. New, finger tight. I think the camera is shut off, but I just put a little olive oil around the rim, sealed down my lid. You do it like opposite corners, work your way around, then you hand tighten it. We're putting it on high until we get it to vent for 10 minutes. Steady stream of steam. So whatever canner you have, you are going to process pints for 75 minutes and quarts for 90. That's safe canning practices. We are going to talk a lot more about safe canning practices in the upcoming month. If you hit the subscribe button, you will not miss what we have going on. I ended up with 16 pints and 4 quarts of this fresh chicken. The liquid is clear, it is beautiful, it comes out looking exactly like it did when it went in. It is yummy and delicious. I hope you enjoyed your time with me today. I know I sure enjoyed some time in my kitchen. Thank you again to Kathy. We got that kitchen cleaned back up and we are going to move on to day 3. Thank you, Jessica, Three Rivers Homestead, for the Every Bit Counts challenge. You are greatly appreciated.